Hey, what's up? It's Andy Blanks from Youth Ministry 360. I'm here with another teacher prep video. This teacher prep video is for the first lesson of our Jesus and Your Image Bible study. Now, this study, as you probably know, is part of our line of curriculum called the Jesus Studies. And every one of these studies looks at a particular concept, a particular theme, and what Jesus had to say about it. And I love this Bible study. I think this is a really creative, a really unique study, and it's different than identity. And we actually kind of talked through this as we were creating it. There is a Jesus and identity Jesus study where it kind of looks at what makes a person who we are, right? It looks at our personality and all that stuff. Really, Jesus in Your Image is different. And it's important, I say this because we're going to help actually define this for your students in this first lesson. Every teacher prep video works a similar way. We're going to look at the main theological truth that you're going to try to pass on to your students, and then we're going to look at the main application from that truth. And like I said in this first lesson, you're going to define what we mean by image for your students. So let's go ahead and do that. When we talk about image, what we're talking about is this idea that we're all brand managers, right? We're all managing a brand in the 21st century, social media savvy, entertainment saturated culture we live in. And for most of us, if we admitted it, and definitely for our teenagers, the brand is themselves, or it's ourselves. We are projecting an image, and it's a well-crafted image. It's a well-cultivated image. I laugh sometimes when I'm talking to teenagers and I say, when we project ourselves on social media, it's such a lie, right? It's so fake. We don't project our fears. We don't tweet our failings, our shortcomings. We don't post on Facebook how we've let people down, right? No, we spin. Everything's positive, and we shape this image. We shape this well-cultivated persona that's really only half true, and it's so self-centered. The goal in this entire study, in all 4 lessons, is to help your students begin to project an image that is Christ-centered. And this first lesson is going to lay the foundation for that. We're going to look at Jesus' words in Mark 8, where, such a well-known passage where right after Jesus sort of talks to the disciples and he says, I'm going to Jerusalem and the Son of Man is going to be handed over, to be crucified. And Peter, rebukes him, and Jesus, get behind me, Satan, kind of that, again, well-known passage. And then Jesus says these words that we're going to help talk about image to your students. He says, if anybody is going to follow me, they must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. We're going to focus on that deny themselves part in this lesson. What a powerful message for our, self-saturated world that our students are living in. We're going to help them see that denying themselves is going to leave room to project Christ. We're actually going to look at John's words when John says, I must become John the Baptist, or I must become less so that he can become greater. And we actually kind of make the point in there, if anybody could have been really projecting their own image and building up this sense of self, and being John, right? He was sort of famous. I mean, even Jesus said he was the greatest man born of woman. Who better than to look at as an example of John and saying, listen, I'm going to decrease so that Christ can increase. It's a great message for your students. So that's sort of the biblical truth, kind of the heart, the one thing you're going to lead them in a great discussion. You're going to talk about a lot of different things, but that's the one part that you really want to focus in on. And then the application is in this first lesson, we really just want them to begin to evaluate their image. And what are they saying to the world? What are they projecting to the world? How are they communicating an image to the world? And is it more, me-centered or them-centered, I guess? Or is it more Christ-centered? So it's a great time for you to help your students really think about image in a way that maybe they never have before. I mean, a lot of it's just innate, right? They do it without even thinking about it. So you're going to be able to put it in context and challenge them over the next 4 lessons to really think about their image in terms of projecting a Christ-centered image to grow God's kingdom. That's a really cool thing. I hope you're going to like it. I always end these teacher prep videos by saying if you have any questions, call us, email us, live chat us. We're literally here for you. Pray that your lesson goes well, and I will see you on the next teacher prep video.